Does that need to be approved?
No.
Okay, good. So I'll swear in the staff. Hello, staff. Do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? So
Say
say I do.
I do.
Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Jamal.
Here.
so,
I'm still doing roll call.
I do.
Oh, you do roll call?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
Jamal,
Here.
okay. Lisa,
Here.
okay. Mary. Here. And Marine is not here, so we have a quorum.
Exciting. Persons. Should I read this?
Would you like me to do the introduction of the overview of the hearing format?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. The order of speaking will be that city staff will present application materials. The applicants will be sworn in and asked to present any additional materials. We welcome speakers from the audience, but we ask them to go to the podiums in the front of the room to speak and limit their discussion to 3 minutes. And commissioners will discuss the case and ask questions if needed.
So I don't need to read public forum, right?
No.
Okay. Have you both gotten a chance to look through the last minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you approve?
Yes, I motion to approve these minutes
Second.
Motion passed to approve the minutes
from June 21st.
on June 21st.
And then
Jump right in.
you have a vote.
Oh,
Yeah, you have
they motioned. They both motioned.
a motion in a second,
Yes,
and then,
and I approve.
and then you,
I,
yes.
Oh,
All those in favor?
all those in favor, sorry. So many details.
you're doing
Really?
You
So,
didn't expect this.
Didn't.
so motion passes.
Motion passed.
Okay,
Okay, minutes approved. No continued applications. New applications.
yes.
First application, 13 locations on High Street from Vine to 7th. Is that Flow? Nope,
it's
that's not Flow. That's Short North Alliance. I'm so sorry, Caitlin.
So I can go ahead and read the staff report, if you'd like.
Oh, no. Did I jump ahead?
No, it's fine, I can just read the staff.
Please do.
Right, okay, so, the first case is, from the, Short North Alliance, Caitlin Dunn. It's a request for action, and the project classification is long-term, privately owned. And they're gonna be incorporating vinyl artwork, onto 13 electrical boxes. The boxes are city property and are located in Italian Village, Victorian Village, and North Market Historic District, University District, and the Downtown District. The applicant provided informational presentations to the Italian Village Commission, the Victorian Village Commission, and received positive feedback for the project. The art will be privately owned by the Short North Alliance, who will lease the space for the artwork from the city. The proposals appeared conceptually at the Art Commission at the April meeting, and the feedback was as follows. Gray said she likes the variety of the boxes. A multitude of artists makes it more fun. And Vander Hygen said, thank you, said she would second the comment on variety. The maintenance plan for the proposed states that ambassadors for the Short North Special Improvement District will monitor the boxes for damage and touch up as necessary. Our analysis is that code section 3115.05 states that the commission should be guided by the preserving of the proper decor of the city, the maintenance of the proper aesthetic values, the providing and maintenance of an orderly balance in the location and design of works of art, and the prevention of blight or deterioration in and around public buildings and work of art. So in summary, the proposal generally meets code related to determinations by the commission. And with that, we have the applicant here.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, Caitlin.
Swear.
You have to swear her in.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you. So help you. No, not so. So So say you.
So help me God.
No, so say you.
So say you.
So say you.
We're good.
Okay. You have the attorney here. aren't you?
It's the search. Oh dear.
It's like, you've got.
L too.
Okay, so with that, you can, here's a clicker, you can click for your presentation.
Yeah.
Should work.
Thank you for that lead up. So when I came up for the conceptual, I believe that I just gave you the artists that we selected, or maybe we just talked conceptually. So we did take your advice and decided to do a unique artist for each box. So I don't know if you, this is very advanced for me. So we have a unique artist on each of the boxes. One of the boxes, is in Goodale Park, which I know is out of your jurisdiction, if you will, but we're working with Parks and Rec, and Friends of Goodale Park on that one. And Italian Village Commission, I actually didn't have to go through because none of the boxes are on their side, but I did go to Victoria Village Commission there in support, and they really like the idea. And then University District and Downtown Commission, not to jinx it, but I'm sure they will, they will be fine with it, but I'm waiting to hear back from them. This is Nico Rainbow. Their design, is at the corner of High and Spruce. I'm sure you've already seen these, so I'm just gonna kind of go through quickly. Juan Daza, High and Vine, Dana Harper, Goodale and High, Kayla Carr, High and Russell, Andy Smith, High and Buttles, Cassidy Marietta, High and West Hubbard, Dane Kai, Price and High, Abby Comagate, King and High, John Stommel, Star and High, Anthony Hernandez, Fourth and High, Janae Rakes, Fifth and High, and Sarah Pagliaro. This is the Goodale Park hopeful one that the dimensions will change slightly, but and then this was an alternate for Goodale Park that we will not be using because I found out there's only one electrical box in Goodale Park after all of this. So, but it'll be on the back burner for if something ever
Good.
pops up again.
Okay, we'll be the short North resident.
Yes. And that one is very both of the Goodale Park ones are very popular.
They're all
Our
great.
commission, or our public art committee really liked them. Our public art committee reviewed all of the applications and all of the proposals. We initially said to the artist, hey, you're designing for this box, so think about the surroundings. There were a couple switches, deliberate switches people made just based on how it fit in the environment. So they're all pretty prescriptive for their specific locations. Just a map of the locations. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's little blue dots. And then the maintenance plan, similar to what was stated, we'll keep an eye on them. It's designed so that any graffiti should be able to be removed with alcohol, and some water. But if something really gets picked off, we'll have to make the judgment call of, does the whole thing have to come off or can we replace it? The contractor who we're working with is local. They're off of Parsons Avenue. So we deliberately chose them so they would be in the neighborhood and be able to help with things like that versus another company that we'd have to pay to fly them in. So we're hoping that, well, University District, as an example, has had a lot of great luck with the durability of theirs. So we're hoping that ours, stays the same. That's all I got.
I think they'll be respected.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? Comments?
No, I don't have any questions. It's just interesting to see how dark some of these are,
Yeah, there's one
both
that's
in subject
really
and
dark.
palette.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
it's really just food.
it's different.
Yes, Abby's is dark. We had her light it up once, and I have a feeling the manufacturer's gonna come back and have her lighten it up a
They're
little
gonna
bit more.
do it again, they're gonna be bad. I want Moody. Yeah, it's a great array of.
Sure it is. But just the use of black in so many of these where we haven't seen that before. They're great.
Yeah, Nico's is the best use of black, I think. It's balanced, it's the lightness. Okay.
Did we figure out where we were going to be able to illuminate the artist of these?
Yes, so If you see the little gray panel at the top
Mhm.
of those, so that's gonna be our sponsor block and our artist block. So all the sponsors that made this happen, and then there'll be a QR code and the artist information for each one. Yep.
So eye level.
Oh, very nice.
The only thing, I think we'll put the artist name and the QR code, because one thing I've learned is artists sometimes change their handles a lot.
Oh, not a lot.
So if we just direct them back to our website, then they can go to a new handle.
That's good.
And who knows what the social will be tomorrow and the next day and that kind of stuff.
Terrific.
We're hoping for like a mid-September, depending on weather, and the manufacturing to be installed.
Excellent. Is there a vote that needs to happen here?
Thanks for hearing us about the variety of artists.
Yeah.
That was,
It was more fun for me too.
yeah, I bet. I would think so.
Yes, we need a vote.
All
A
right,
motion and a second and a vote.
do we move to pass?
Motion.
I just think I.
Vote.
Motion and then
So motion approved?
so
But we have a motion from Lisa, from Jamal
A
and
second.
a second from Marion.
okay.
And then so, yeah,
Oh, you can't motion. Oh, Lisa can't motion.
right.
Right,
So
okay,
then-
Thank
that's
you.
like Jamal
I
did,
thought you were
and then-
motioning.
Now,
No,
now,
just asking motion, question mark? Sorry.
okay, now, are there any questions from the audience? Then you would say, all those in favor, say aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye.
All those
Thank
opposed?
you.
Okay, so
Well,
then you would say
everybody
motion.
voted aye, so
then you
yes,
say motion.
motion passed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Good to see you.
That is-
All right. So, the next case is, this is gonna be at 10 locations, between Fifth Avenue and Poplar. The owner is Flo and the applicant is Sarah Gallagher. They will be painting 10 storm drains along High Street in the short run. And so Flo is proposing these 10 storm drains. The artwork will be temporary in nature, with the applicant expecting it to remain in place for 1 to 3 years. Flo is working with the Short North Alliance on the project. The staff analysis is the same as the previous. And in summary, the proposal generally meets code related to determinations by the commission. And with that, we do have an applicant present.
Hello, applicant.
So
So,
ask her to state her name for the formal. record.
please state your name.
Sarah Gallagher.
Hello, Sarah Gallagher. Do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes,
So say you. So say.
I do.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, you have a clicker there, you can. Oh, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. There you go.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, probably do, we did these before in the university district in May, which wasn't that long ago, actually. And these are just some pictures I wanted to share of that artwork. And our mission is, our mission is to keep the Olentangy River and its tributaries clean and safe for all to enjoy through public education, volunteer opportunities, in coordination with local decision makers. This is the GIS map that we have on our website, what we put out for people to actually take the tour of the art that we did in the university district. And if this is approved, we would also add them to the Short North storm drains to this map as well, with all the artists on there. Just how I wanted to show you how we highlighted the artists so that people could see that and everything. And this is the art that we're proposing for the 10 storm drain locations. There is one circle, there's one location that can be a circle with a storm drain in the middle. And so I let artists know if they would like to possibly have that location, because we haven't said which location specifically. for which artists that they could do renditions for that as well.
Can I ask a quick question? Is
Absolutely.
that one, the orientation of it would be, it's on the sidewalk, right?
Mhm.
And so the text would, right now it's sideways, so it would
Yes.
be turned though?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted.
Yeah, we're gonna
sure
make
that-
it so that people, it's,
Yes, people can read it.
read it. That would be,
Just checking.
absolutely. So this is one that you can see the artwork, which I just love this one so much. Only Rain Down the Drain on the right-hand side with Short North and the river down High Street. Sorry, this is the only artist actually that was part of the university district as well, Dexter, that applied for this one.
I have another quick question.
Yeah, of course.
The images that have no text, will they have text to put?
They'll
that in?
all say only rain down the drain.
Got it. Just
We've
making-
asked them
okay.
all to put that as well as, we couldn't figure out how to do the QR code since it's on the sidewalk. So everyone is putting flowohio.org so that they can get to our website and see it, as well as we've invited them to put their handle, however temporary it might be, but they will have that secondary way to get to the website as
Great.
well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. This one I thought was so cool with the kayaks, all the different kind of fish. That one fish on the left-hand side, this, not the big looking catfish, but the next one up is actually a rainbow darter, which is the flow mascot. Just, you actually can find them that colorful in the Olentangy River, which is cool. And then these are our locations throughout the Short North area. This is the one that would have that circle. If we choose to do the circle, we could also just do that corner triangles.
Forgive me if I
Yep.
asked last time, but will these will be sealed with?
They're sealed with grit so that they're safe. And then we can put graffiti sealant on top of that.
Great.
Thank you. We had fun going. I took my son, who was the flow intern, out and measured these all on his day. So those are all the different locations that we're proposing.
So sorry, I can't remember. Are these hand painted or?
They're hand painted. So we're, if this is, if we're able to do this, then we're looking at an October 7th date, a Saturday, which we talked about. When is the
Gallery Hop,
gallery? hop?
it's the first weekend of Saturday, which.
Yeah, Caitlin and I,
I guess it's not.
Yeah,
that
that's
busy,
fine.
is it? It's
so
not-
we would start in the morning.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and they seal really fast is what we found. We actually had to do, the last time we did it, we had a Saturday date. It actually rained all night. So I was like, well, the concrete's gonna, have water in it. So we postponed it to that Sunday. And so we started first thing in the morning on Sunday. And then Dexter was done at 8 p.m. that night. And then I went through and sealed them all that night right away. Which honestly, we just sealed a few hours after each person was done. We were able to seal his quickly because he had been working on it all day and he was doing the final details of his. Yeah, so it was a great event. We had volunteers come out and help and sit with the artist, as well as they were invited to bring somebody with them
That's great.
if they wanted to. And we would absolutely make sure that people had a secondary person with them in the Short North.
So are the artists usually there when you're putting on that final coat?
Some of them are, some of them left because they were done within just a few hours, and then, we stayed, we fed them all lunch, and they definitely stayed past lunchtime. But it was a fun event for the community, and hopefully this time we'll have more interactions with pedestrians during the event. And like I said, that secondary person, I have a sign that I made for each of the last time, and I'll absolutely make it this next time, that has the handle of the artist and a QR code that goes to more storm drain information, that secondary person can hold, so that the artists aren't necessarily getting lots of questions from people, but there's a person there who can answer it. So it's an educational opportunity while they're getting painted as well as after they're getting painted.
Terrific.
Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Can we move
Yeah.
to motion to?
Yeah. I motion to accept the flow storm drain art installation.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion has passed? No.
No. So
And then-
then you would ask if we have any comments from the audience?
Does anyone have any questions?
No? So then.
Forgot about you guys, so sorry.
Then you would say, you would ask, all those in favor?
All those in favor?
I,
Thank you. Motion has passed.
Motion passes to two. There you
I'm learning. I'm learning to get that script too.
go. Get it, yes. Bring that.
Thank you. Thank you so
thank
much.
you, good to see you.
All right, that's it for the cases.
Well, that's great. All right,
Pretty sweet.
very short.
This is the big setting that I have.
Those.
Robert's rule.
And that like, and, oh, no.
Great.
You got put that.
No, we didn't have any conceptual applications. We can go to new business. So, new business, we've been a little busy trying to find some things, so, we haven't located any additional art pieces since, the fountain. But we did add 8, additional pieces to the database. And I have a sheet here that I can show you. So, we've been doing a lot of database maintenance of our collection, getting the new pieces in. We sent out someone who has done professional photography before on our team out, and she's been taking updated pictures, new pictures, and editing them in Photoshop to make it look better. And, we've been scrubbing the databases, making sure that what we have on Artwork Archive matches what we have on the maintenance data sheet. Do we have all the correct names and everything? So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes just to make sure everything's correct. So the artwork that we added since the June 1st meeting, I don't know if some of you may be familiar with these. 5 of them came in 2011. So the first one's Brassia Orchid. This one is in Harrison West Park. It's a large sculpture. It's by Hannah Mason Macklin. So that's the first one. Also in the same park is Sycamore by Mallory McClellan. And we just kind of have some, some information, sheets of metal plate. We also have Riparian. This one is also in the Harrison West Park. This one is from Amanda Vanderberg. 2011 as well.
Where they did see.
Community by Ali Rains. So this is like a high density bone reinforced with rebar frame on barcode. So we have kind of a nice collection. We have the information. So these were some that were on our radar for a while, but we had bigger fish to fry, but I finally reached out to the Harrison West Area Commission and I talked to their commissioner and he was like, no, we don't own those, but we maintain them. So we're working on kind of figuring out some of that. Ideally, we would like to put everything that belongs to us under our maintenance. So,
You've been tracking.
we put in a proposal to maintain, many more things next year, and we'll talk about that when we get that more funded better. Some of them are pretty obvious. The Goodale Park Fountain, we did not have that in our database.
So that's the city's ish, the city will be maintaining?
So what we indicated, so there was an MOU between the Friends of Goodale Park and this fountain. And we've indicated to the Friends of Goodale Park, if they don't want to maintain it, we could maintain it for them theoretically if we get it passed in the budget. They're like, we have no idea about maintenance, we just go out there and we spray paint, or we, don't spray paint, no. They don't do that, they power wash it,
Yeah.
and they'd be more than happy to have us maintain it, so, you know, we'll see how it works out with the budget for next year, but that would be the idea that we would maintain these.
So there have been many issues with this piece in terms of the pump system and lights, and has that been
So,
addressed by the
Yeah.
Goodell, Friends of Goodell Park?
yeah, so I saw the MOU that they're proposing, there's still gonna be an MOU for a lot of what goes on in Goodale Park. What we have indicated is that, we would be, as part of our maintenance for the R, we would be interested in maintaining the, I believe they're bronze elephants, you know, making sure they get like a hot wax or whatever they need to be cleaned. And the pedestal itself. Any kind of, and I've told Rec and Parks, much like the ones at the Huntington Park fountains, we would be, more than happy to, try to take up maintenance of those and cleaning them. But as far as the mechanical systems and the pumps, all that other stuff, that's not our wheelhouse. Our preservationists don't know how to maintain those. So that would either be Rec and Parks or the Friends of Goodale Park.
Okay.
That would still be in there.
Okay, because that's where the money gets.
Right. That's right, we don't want.
Yeah, that's where the expense gets a little high.
Although, I mean, I imagine that Huntington Park one where it's all the plazas, all those little leaves. You can only imagine that's gonna be expensive as well, but. So that one as well, and then, on the Wings of Change, this one is out in Harrison West. So I also reached out to the Harrison West, area commission, and same thing. You know, they wanted to give this art to the city, but then they were told, okay, if you do that, you have to maintain it. So these are things we're trying to think through. The Long Street Bridge, cultural wall, of course, that should be on there as well. We had questions if it belonged to the city or ODOT, it's ours, so we put that in there. And then finally, this one, we had our eye on this one for a while as well, the United Commercial Travelers Charles Benton Flag Memorial. This used to be part of the city's collection all the way through 2000 and, no, actually 1940 something. So it was in this location in Goodale Park from 1907 to 1940 something. Then it moved across the street, and it was across the street until Pizzuti bought like that. It was like a art school or something there across the street.
Oh, the museum?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was a Pizzuti collection and now the museum.
So when that happened, the Friends of Goodale Park wanted to bring it back. And in fact, they found the original foundations of where this was, and they put it, and they put it on the original foundation. The masonry expert said, there's articles on it that it was perfect level and plumb, and so they put it back on the original foundation. And when they did that, the city also entered an MOU asking them to maintain it. So when I called them and I was like, you know, is this yours or is it, they're like, we don't want to own that, you know, so, you know, it's gonna be in our collection and we will make a proposal to maintain this. So those are the ones. We've been doing maintenance updates on Facebook. I'll just show you what one of those look like. So for example, the shake, rattle and roll. We always say, you know, public art maintenance as part of our yearly maintenance. I was, blah, 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 was cleaned and buffed to ensure enjoyment by current and future residents. So we have before and after pictures. So before you can see it's all kind of dirty and stuff, and then it's pretty dirty, and then later on we show what it looks like when it's clean. I don't know what this is, but
Yeah.
just to give you an idea. So we've been doing that. We've done Topiary Park plaques, the Maker's Monument, Lucas Sullivan, Soda Lounge 1 and 2. We've highlighted community, the Huntington Plaza fountains, Inspire, Courage, and intersections. And then we also promoted 1,000 Eyes. We did a post on that because that's actually going to be getting installed here. Fingers crossed. At
I'm excited about this one.
the end of August, but you can see we went out and we visited them as they were putting this together. This is in Columbus at a warehouse that the city owns, so it's already fully assembled.
Wow.
And so we just, you know, let them know it's being assembled, it'll be installed. And this one's actually pretty popular. People really like that.
Incredible.
And then we also
About putting Barbie on your list here.
we did Barbie. We did.
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, this one was very popular. So
What's your favorite piece?
we had to get into the Barbie Oppenheimer.
That
Oh,
is
I love
hilarious.
We had an Oppenheimer post as well because there was a place that made the heavy metals for
Right.
the bombs, and so that was the Oppenheimer. So we had a Barbie post.
Wonderful.
We figured that tumbling carts on Sullivan Avenue was for most
Yeah,
out there. So
that's perfect.
so we've been doing that. And we'll get back to the
Thank you.
What was that look like?
Get this.
it's not mine. Yeah, there are younger people I work with who are up on these things. They're like, what about Barbie?
Gotta do this.
And I'm like, what is that?
Gotta give it on to this.
Yes.
So when we call these places and say, do you want this art or do you want to be responsible for it? Is there some legal documentation that we have them sign off on? Because of course I know MOUs really aren't really anything other than the paper that they're written on. So what do we do?
So that's a question that we are thinking about right now for some of these. We have to dig down a little deeper on a couple of them. A couple of them, such as the elephants, those were never. So it was more of a question for us, I guess, was like, okay, so we're showing that this is owned by the Friends of Goodale Park. Do you really own it or not? So then we reach out to them like, do you own it? Do you not? And they're like, no, we don't own that. The city owns it. We just maintain it. So then we feel like it's okay. We might do more digging as time goes on, just to make sure everything, all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted.
Because I'm thinking, so this iteration of their council goes away and a new one is elected in, and then they say, well, yeah, we do own it. And so how do we secure it from the
Well,
city standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, might be a question for you now that you're here, but for them, what I did is I just did a cursory, do you own this? Do you know if you own it? Do you have any documents showing that you own it? And they're just like, no, we don't have anything. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably get in touch with the city attorney's office and make sure that there's no documents floating around there.
Yeah, and I imagine Rex Park might be the department that would have documentation, public service perhaps.
Right.
There are things you can do to make an MOU more binding. So it would just depend on,
That's my
the
concern.
language that's used.
Yeah, so it's as opposed to a loose understanding.
Oh, yeah, of
That
course.
Thing that says that, in the event that, or, this is the ownership of it.
Yes, exactly. That's a great question. Yeah, that's something we're thinking about. And as time goes by, we're gonna button up some of those
Okay.
loose ends. Maintenance, so those are just some of the things we've been doing. So update on the existing projects, 1,000 eyes, like I said, end of August, early September, it's supposed to go in. Public art maintenance, Blind Eye 2023, they are still continuing to execute the 2023 contract. And the public art appraisal, the appraiser visited pieces on July 27th. I drove them around to all the pieces and we had put a map together for them and everything. And reviewed all the pieces and they anticipate having the appraisal done for us by August 23rd. So that's moving along well.
Who's doing the appraisal?
Gurdons out of New York.
Okay.
We got 4 bids for it, so we were really excited.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then public art grant funding. So for Bloomberg, we got our submission in. Our finalist application has been submitted. We have an interview on September 5th with the Bloomberg Selection Committee, the mayor, Dr. Melissa Gillum, Gaetan from the WEX. So we're very excited
My
to.
gosh.
We got your lineup.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
The mayor will participate himself, so we're very excited.
Yeah.
And then for Mellon, that all got legislated. I think that was our last meeting in June. We're working on contracting with Designing Local. They're working on bringing on some of the additional subs to round out the team. We've posted the job position, so thank you for your recommendations there. We've scheduled coffees with some folks who have come through.
Did you recognize a classmate?
Hmm?
Did you recognize an old classmate? Someone messaged me and they said that they went to school with you.
Go through the stack again. So yeah, I'm excited with the progress being.
Good. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer, for
Yay.
all you're doing.
Cool.
That's all, everybody.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So,
So am I calling to adjourn or what's the script, please?
so for adjourn, it depends. You can say, do we have a motion to adjourn? And
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been passed.
Good time.
Oh, that is really good.
Oh,
Thanks for the guidance, everyone. It is possible.
So Joshua, I don't know that we've had an attorney sit in on these meetings.
So my first meeting was